So obviously nobody comes all the way to Maui just for the golf, and this is an island where there's plenty of other things to do. Everything from cultural tours to learn about the ancient Hawaiians to beachcombing, scuba. We took a nice canoe trip on an outrigger canoe. And then there's things to do like Tom Bedell, who went to his happy place at the Maui Brewing Company.
Well, we've been drinking Maui Brewing Company beers all week long, of course, especially the Bikini Blonde Lager, ideal for a post-round beverage. But they make 4 different beers on a regular basis: Bikini Blonde, Big Swell IPA, Mana Wheat, Coconut Porter, which is pretty famous outside of Hawaii. But they have 20 different beers on tap and a few guest beers. It was a little bit of heaven, I have to admit. They make 2 limited release beers, seasonal beers. The current one out is the Lemongrass Saison, which they make with indigenous products, which they do with all their stuff, and the food at the brew pub as well. This one, tougher to find? Certainly can find it at the brew pub or here in Hawaii.
So we were lucky enough to split our time between 2 great Maui hotels, the Fairmont Kealani, and now we're at the Grand Digs at the Ritz-Carlton Kapalua. Jim, I know you had a meeting yesterday with their cultural ambassador. What was that like?
Well, it was absolutely fascinating to talk to Clifford Neoale, who is the cultural advisor to the hotel. He's the one that makes sure that they do everything just in line with how the Hawaiian heritage is. And so he's done stuff with their artwork and things like that. But also there is a burial site in the back that was found when the hotel was being planned. And they had to change the plans, move the hotel back, rather than harm the land, which is so important to this whole culture.
One of the highlights of touring the clubhouse at the King Kamehameha Golf Club was having Director of Golf Rick Castillo take us around and show us this extraordinarily exhibits of ancient Hawaiiana. He explained to us that the chiefs who were here going back to the 12th century, there's a beautiful mural that shows all the chiefs in their beautiful finery at a summit meeting they had many centuries ago. There's a cape that was hand sewn from bird feathers that took gosh knows how many years to assemble for the top chief, King Kamehameha. There's also perpetual trophies for club members that are carved from koa wood, which are very, very distinctive, not the usual cut crystal or bronze or anything like that. These are totally unique trophies. The locker rooms were extremely special. We did get a behind-the-scenes tour of the women's locker room, which was very beautiful as well. What I most liked about it is there is a member for the day or a guest for the day experience where someone who's not a member or the guest of a member can arrange to play this extraordinary golf course and get a tour of the clubhouse following the round of golf.
So let's talk about what we each think was distinctive about the week, whether that had to do with, the beautiful flora that decorates a lot of the golf courses. To me, one of the things that's very interesting is how different the golf experiences we had were in 3 different places. We played at Wailea, championship tournament golf, very challenging, 2 Robert Trent Jones Jr. designs there that were just phenomenally crafted. Then we went up in the mountains, almost like we were in Colorado or British Columbia, and had this mountain golf experience at the King Kamehameha Golf Club, designed by Ted Robinson's senior and junior. Then we came down and played the Kapalua course, one of the world's great bucket list golf courses. Maybe not for everybody, but something that you want to play once because you cannot believe what this experience is like. Super difficult, but you also get to see really how good the pros are when they can play this same golf course that you might shoot 114 on and go under par. And then today down to Kaanapali, which to me had more of a sort of community feel, integrated with the 11 hotels, people walking to the beach, people with scuba gear on, walking on paths that you can see from the golf course, and this sense of a community resort experience different from the other 2. I've been to Hawaii maybe 6 or 8 times, played on Bermuda grass, I understood there was this thing about the grain in the greens that made a difference, but I always kind of thought that's one of those things that, well, maybe someday when I'm a better player, I'll pay more attention. But on this trip, I realized you really cannot play golf here with any success without understanding that Bermuda grass grows in the direction of the sun, and throughout the day, that movement in the grass gets stronger and stronger, and that movement affects every putt that you will have all day, especially later in the day.
Well, in addition to the grain, you have to look at the slope and contours of the green, and then you have to factor in the wind. We have two styles of wind here. We have the Kona winds, we have the trade winds. Either way, both will affect the speed of the ball as it rolls on these greens.
Every tee shot, every approach shot, just about, you have to factor in wind. That's why you have these fairways that are so enormously wide, because the architects knew those winds, Kona, trade, whatever, they were going to move anything in flight one way or the other. Then a lot of those fairways are so sloped. I mean, remember, we're playing on a volcanic island. There are slopes and movements and lava beds and things underground, and it's up and down. I mean, you are challenged in your thinking and your planning of shots all the time, every shot, every day.
What else stood out for you guys?
What I really will remember, what I really take away when we were down at the Fairmont Kealani and we took that outrigger ride on the ocean with Captain Sage Spaulding. First of all, the name is so great, and that water is a blue color I've never seen anywhere else, and we're all relaxed and we're not playing golf, we're just enjoying it, and he's talking about the history of the island. Yeah, great golf, no doubt about it, and a variety of golf, but you know, canoe trips, we saw people scuba-ing and snorkeling and surfing. It just, what an incredible place to come and just enjoy the outdoors.
Well, for me, like anywhere I go, most trips are also about the food. And I had a lot of memorable meals here, from everything from the Spam Musubi at the King Kamehameha Golf Club Snack Shack to great meals at the Terrace Restaurant at the Kealani.
At Co.
At the Plantation House.
Probably our first day of golf was my favorite on the Gold and Emerald. And the mere fact that I played 36 holes with Jeff, didn't know I had it in me anymore. Birdied the first hole, had 3 more birdies before the day was out, survived it. Good day of golf. Pretty memorable.
Well, I see from my watch that it's nap time for the Golf Road Warriors. So drink time and nap time, followed by our final dinner, and then we'll see y'all on the next Golf Road Warriors adventure.